continuing where it was, and the voice said, and I see a stylus as I have never seen before, a stem unlike any reed, and its tip shaped like an eagle's talon. And the voice said, these are the tablets upon which you shall inscribe my words, by my which they have been cut of the finest lapis lazuli, each with 2 smooth faces provided. And the stylus you see is a God's handiwork, its handle made of electrum, and its tip of a divine crystal. It shall firmly fit in your hand, and what you shall engrave with it shall be as easy as marking upon wet clay. In 2 columns you shall inscribe the front face, in 2 columns you shall inscribe the back of each stone tablet. Do not deviate from my words and utterances. And there's a pausing, and I touched one of the stones, and the surface thereof felt like a smooth skin, soft to the touch, and I picked up the holy stylus, and it felt like a feather in my hand. And then the great God Enki began to speak, and I began to write down his words exactly as he had spoken them. Now you notice that this is one of the oldest, some of the oldest information from one of the first civilizations of mankind that existed in Sumeria, in the Fertile Crescent. As you notice, he was told to write in 2 columns. And if you know, every book today is in 2 columns. Basically, it's 2 sides. The left and the right is folded in the middle. To this day, that's how we have our books or tablets. And so, thought that was an interesting fact there. Continuing reading. And when the final word was spoken, the great God paused, and I could hear a great sigh. And he said, and thus on my servant, for 40 days and 40 nights you have faithfully recorded my words. Your task is completed. Now take hold of another tablet, and on it you shall write your own attestation. And at the end thereof, as a witness, mark it with your seal. And take the tablet, and put it together with the other tablets in a divine chest. For at a designated time chosen, one shall come hither, and they shall find the chest and the tablets, and they shall learn all that I have dictated to you, and that true account of the beginnings in the prior times and the olden times, and the great calamity, shall henceforth be known as the words of the Lord Enki, and it shall be a book of witnessing of the past, and a book of foretelling the future. For the future in the past lies, and the first things shall also be the last things. Now, you notice now this is translated from Sumerian scripts by one of the only people who had learned to actually read and understand Sumerian and Akkadian, those type of languages, was a doctor, Zachariah Stitchen. Some people familiar with him, some not. But for those that study the suppressed news and hidden knowledge, understand, have heard of him. But you notice there's a lot of references to the things, some of the lines, and some of the things that are in the Bible, and they come directly from these sources. So we going to a deeper understanding of some of the things dealing with modern religions and the such. Okay, continuing to read it. And there was a pause, and I took the tablets, and I put them one by one in the correct order in the chest. And the chest was made of acacia wood, and it was inlaid with gold on the outside. If you read, it also in Genesis, in the Bible, certain there, the Ark of the Covenant was made of acacia wood, inlaid with gold inside and out, if I'm not mistaken. If that is a mistake, email me at mysterybookstudy@gmail.com, and I'm glad to correct that. And the voice of my Lord said, now close the chest cover and fasten its lock. And I did as directed. And there was another pause, and my Lord Enki said, and as for you, Indubson, with a great God you have spoken, and though you have not seen me, in my presence you have been. Therefore you are blessed, and my spokesman to the people you shall be. You shall monitor them to be righteous, for in that lies a good and long life. And you shall comfort them, for in 70 years the cities will be rebuilt, and the crop shall sprout again. There will be peace, but there will also be wars. New nations will become mighty, kingdoms shall rise and fall. The olden gods shall step aside, and new gods shall decree the fates. But at the end of days, destiny shall prevail, and of that future it is foretold in my words about the past. Of all that end up saw to the people you shall tell. And was a pause, and a silence, and I and Upsar bowed to the ground, said, but how will I know what to say? And the voice of the Lord Enki said, the signs will be in the heavens, and the words to others shall come to you in dreams and in visions. And after you there will be other chosen prophets, and in the end there will be a new earth and a new heaven, and for prophets there will be no more need. And then there was silence, and the oracles were extinguished, and the spirit left me. And when I regained my senses, I was in the fields outside of Redu. Seal of Indubsar, Master Scribe. Now, by seal meaning these they use symbols, different type of symbols, not like the letters and the words we use today. And they use round seals that were round, that had actually whatever they were trying to write, it was written backwards. So when they rolled the seal along wet clay, it would print a forward message along the way as it's rolled along.